from our sponsor. Advanced Elements is the leader in design and manufacturing of inflatable kayaks with cutting-edge technology and providing excellent customer service. All of their products are designed to give paddlers the tools they need at a value they deserve. Check them out at advancedelements.com or call toll-free at 866-262-9076. I'm going to find out, guys, if the footrest for the AirVolution can also be doubled as a tripod holder. I don't know. We're going to find that out right now. It may come back too far. I'm really not sure, but we're going to find out right now. I think it's going to do it. My Insta360 X2 was in the tripod like this, extended up, and I was carrying it down, and lo and behold, it fell over. So with the foot bag or foot brace that comes with the newer AirVolutions, mine didn't come with it because it was one of the first production runs. It's before they made all the modifications to the seat and all that kind of stuff. Hello and welcome to Paddling and Pedaling Florida Adventures. I'm your host, Mr. D. Hey, today we are out on the water and we are testing something that I didn't know if it would work or not work. My sister just got a brand new AirVolution and it came with that new foot bag. Now, I had the first production run of the AirVolution, and one thing about that, it didn't have the airbag. It had the regular non-modified seats and all this kind of stuff. And they've made all those improvements on since the first production run. Well, anyway, she gets hers, and I'm looking at that, and I said, what the heck is that? And it says foot brace. I said, wow, that's smart, because that was one of the concerns by paddlers. There was no place to put your feet. And if you were vertically challenged like me, I couldn't reach the front deck. But that's where I attach my tripod legs. Now I have what they call per gear 1/4-20 screw-on tripod legs that screw onto a Invisa stick that goes up 108 inches. Now that's for my Insta360 X3 360 camera. Now, what happened was I had the X2, and the X2, I was going to a launch site, and I wanted to get some 360 footage like you saw today, where I'm pulling it down to a launch site. And in that, the problem was it started rocking. There was nothing securing the tripod legs except a little tie down that I have, and that's not enough. When it got started rocking, and over she went, and it took damage to the lens, and hence the brand new Insta360 X3. So anyway, the sister got her new one, and she gave me the foot bag, and the thought came to my mind. I saw how it installed. Now it's supposed to install more forward, but that's where my tripod sits. So I said, I wonder if I inflate the foot brace on top of two of the tripod legs, if it would secure that tripod. And lo and behold, that's what it's doing. And we're gonna check that out right now. So hey, we'll be back in a minute. All right, guys, there is the setup that I've done for the foot brace. Now, it's supposed to be more forward underneath that opened area right up here, but that's where my tripod sits. And so far, the stability of the tripod is really great. It's gonna work out. I'm gonna do some test footage on the 360, see if it gets wobbly or anything like that. Anyway, we're gonna find that out here in a bit. We're gonna do some paddling around and test them. Plus I want to see if this footrest actually works for me. And I'm thinking it's gonna. I think I'm gonna be putting my feet a little bit higher on the bag because it's not that far forward because of the tripod mount, but I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I'm really excited about this. And it kind of opens up my deck because I normally have my deck is full of camera gear and stuff like that. With this foot brace doubling as a hold down, it eliminates a lot of the cording and bungee cording and stuff I did to secure that in place. The only thing I've got now is what they call a ball bungee. That's the small bungee cord that has that plastic ball. And that's up forward and wrapped around the selfie stick or the Invisi stick. And then now the bag over the top of the per gear legs. And it seems to be working outstanding. So anyway, hey, enough babbling. We'll be back in a bit. Foot brace doubling as a hold down. It eliminates a lot. I'm liking this setup, guys. I think it's going to work out really good. In place. The only thing I've got now is what they call a ball. There's been some action in here. Thinking gators. I'm seeing a lot of trail, but I don't see them. So they're either feeding or up on the banks. I'm not really sure. But you can bet my head's on a swivel. I'm looking. So anyway, guys, hey, I'm talking on the audio of the camera. I didn't bring the PT-20 with me today, so I'm actually talking on the camera audio. I don't know how good it is. I'll have to fix it in post, I know. But anyway, hey guys, we're going to continue our paddle here and see how this new footrest bag holds down the tripod legs, and also how well it acts as a footrest. I'm liking it. I'm actually sitting a lot more comfortable than I normally have because I'm normally stretched all the way out. But I did move the seat up. I'm actually using the stock seat from my sister's new kayak. She wanted to use her lumbar seat and cushion and all that kind of stuff that we had modified to fix the prototype. So anyway, that's what she did. So I asked her if I could take the seat, and because they have changed the modification since the first production run to the seat. I like the seat a lot more. It's comfortable. My seat is a little more forward than it normally is. So anyway, hey, we're going to get out of here and we're going to continue our paddle. So we'll be back in a bit. Well, guys, hey, the setup worked really well, but I did wanted to try out the foot bag doubling as a foot brace and a holder for the per gear screw-on 1/4-20 tripod legs, and see if it would stabilize that 360 camera, and it did do it. I'm real pleased with that. Wind's picking up now. It's starting to get ugly out. I don't know if rain's in the forecast or whatever. It doesn't look like that behind me, but ahead of me it doesn't look good. But anyway, we're going to continue and get around the backside here, and we'll probably chat with you here once we get around the other side. But we did achieve our goal today, was to find out if the inflatable foot brace would double as a tripod leg hold down. and it actually did. So I'm going to be using that on our future videos when I'm out with the AirVolution. And oh, by the way, next week, finally, Terry and I, she has a vacation, so we're heading out to the Panhandle to do a shoot that we tried to do, I think it was 2 years ago, and the weather was so bad and it was so cold and it was so blustery and windy, we just didn't get to do it. But what we're doing is going to a place called Mariana, and this particular paddle has a paddle-in cave. Now, I don't know how far it goes in. I don't know if it's just a cutout of rocks, but they call it the cave. So we're gonna paddle that and go see. I'm looking forward to that. And then we're finally gonna go out and finally do rock springs. Been wanting to do that for quite some time, but it just got so commercial. And the boat launch fee, even if it's your own boat, is a little ridiculous. $10 a boat, come on. And $30 if you want a shuttle. We're still not sure what we're gonna do there. We'll probably go to King's Landing and then paddle down a little ways and then paddle back up, so we don't have to mess with that shuttle fee, because that's pretty high. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's $30 a boat. Now, I'm just not going to do that. But with the price of gas and stuff like that, I understand, and that kind of stuff, and overhead, and I mean, I do understand, but I can and we can just paddle down Rock Springs, and that's supposed to be a clear water springs all the way down, and we'll go and then just turn around and come back up. And that's what we plan on doing on Thursday, I think it is, of next week. So anyway, Monday and Tuesday we'll be up in the Panhandle, and then Wednesday we're going to do a day off type thing. And then Thursday we're going to go out to Rock Springs or Kelly Park or one of those and do the rock run and see how that goes. So we're looking forward to that. So anyway, hey, we're going to continue our paddling, and we will close this thing out once we get closer to the launch, because it is getting ugly out here. We'll be back in a bit. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up for this edition of Paddling and Pedaling Florida Adventures. I paddled from the chopped side of the lake. Man, on the other side, it is brutal, ugly. And over here, it's like glass. Weird. Anyway, the sun finally has peeked its way out, but the clouds are rolling in quick. So we're going to get off the water, and we were able to find out if the foot brace, the inflatable foot brace for the AirVolution, would double as a hold down for tripod legs of the per gear screw-on tripod legs for your Invisi-Stick if you're using a 360 camera, because it is so far forward in the cockpit of the AirVolution. All right, the footrest portion of this really worked good. That's the first time I've had a footrest in this boat, and normally my feet are stretched all the way the full length of the cockpit, and I still can't reach the 360 camera. So now, I mean, I still can't reach the camera, but the great thing is the new X3 camera has voice commands, so that helps out a lot. And if I'm using my external mic on the X3 360 camera, it'll hear my voice commands and then act accordingly, which is really cool. So anyway, we're going to get out of here, guys. I hope you enjoyed this edition. The stills you saw today, guys, I kind of gambled this morning. I wanted to see how it would do, this particular camera. It is not waterproof in any way, shape, or form, and the cost is nuts, or was. It's not as expensive now, but it's the Sony a6500 mirrorless camera. And what I was shooting with today, I wanted to try out what they call a star lens, and what that does, it adds star spurs depending on how many spurs you want. They have 4, 6, 8, and 12. Those are all different filters. And I think today I was shooting with the 4 or the 6. I'm not sure. Anyway, but I want to thank you for coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed the paddle today. A minute ago, it was cold and blustery and nasty. And on the other side of the lake, you can see it is choppy over there, but here it's like glass. Crazy. This is a weird place. Anyway, we'll see you on the next one.